Good morning, everyone. Dr. Victoria Skirbo here, speaking to you from the Seeds of Transformation Healing Center in Wareham, Massachusetts. Today is the 23rd of March. It's a Tuesday here in the States, where this is for the 24th, and a Wednesday in Australia and New Zealand. Spring is here, and the crocuses are up. The crocuses are up. So today the moon starts the day in Cancer and then shifts into Leo at 57 p.m. on the east coast of the U.S. So kind of half the day in Cancer, half the day in Leo. Today is kind of a jazzy, pizzazzy day. There's a lot of activity with Mars today, and Pluto and Mercury. Mars, of course, is the planet of action. Pluto, our unconscious desires, and Mercury, our ability to communicate. Today we have a Cesco Quadrate between Mars and Pluto. This is one of the evolutionary gateways in the relationship between any two planets, but especially between Mars and Pluto. Every 2 years, Mars comes up to Pluto, makes a conjunction, starts a synodic cycle with Pluto. And in that synodic cycle, our unconscious desires, Pluto, are made conscious through the activity and the action of Mars. Mars has been very active in making our desires known since the time of the conjunction. That conjunction occurred March 23rd of 2020. Yes, a year to the day of today. Here we have some more flowers. These are little baby irises next to and they look like enormous irises if you look at the dinosaur, but they're really tiny. Because the dinosaur is tiny. Very apt, dinosaur. Ferocious dinosaur on a day like today. So in the relationship between Pluto and Mars, this is a point where we go from the peak of ego to a reversal of fortunes. So those at the peak of their ego will experience a reversal of fortune in service to making their creations useful and worthy of sharing with others, quite frankly. This synodic cycle, as all synodic cycles between Mars and Pluto, while Pluto is in the sign of Capricorn, all have to pretty much deal with becoming authorities in our own life, questioning authorities, and taking responsibility for ourselves. There's a big issue of those not willing to take responsibility for their actions. And this is the kind of aspect where that is turned on their head. So we can expect some perhaps fall from grace today for perhaps more than one person. All right. We also have a semi-square between Pluto and Mercury. So a semi-square, just like a sesquiquadrate. So a sesquiquadrate, or this particular sesquiquadrate, is a 135-degree aspect. The semi-square is a 45-degree aspect. Mercury is in Pisces. Pluto is in Capricorn. Mercury has been going out and experiencing things since its conjunction with Pluto, and now things start to coalesce, things start to slow down. So the soul is becoming the world soul is becoming a bit more introspective, and is required there's some breaks happening here. Breaks as in car brakes, things stopping, that kind of breaks. on our ability to get information. And then the information that we've gotten, and some of that information has been sort of under the radar, a lot of research with Pluto and Mercury, and now it's starting to coalesce into something. That will be useful. Oh my goodness, I thought that was a deer. It's my neighbor put one of those deer up that I think you do target practice on, which disturbs me, but I guess you got to practice on something, right? Bow and arrow, I think, though. Luckily not guns, especially the neighbor. Anyway, and we also have, then lastly, we have a square between Mercury and Mars. So Mercury and Mars both are in these very intense evolutionary gateway energies with Pluto, the soul, and then they square each other. And it is a last quarter crisis in consciousness square. We are questioning authority. And so this can be quite an argumentative day because the powerful and the mighty are falling. They're being held accountable. And of course, they won't take that too well. But it's the kind of day, like, you could be having your own power struggles in your own life, and so that will be exposed. You will come to a new relationship to whatever power struggles that you're experiencing. But if that's not the case, we can just sit back and watch those who are in power struggles figure out how and what they're going to do when it comes to the next step. And this is a time of great evolutionary shifts and great evolutionary changes, and none of which are easy. There's a lot of soul searching happening right now, and you may be experiencing it. If not, there are people around you experiencing it. So step back and watch the show, guys. Step back and watch the show. All right. Much love to you all. Let's see. What did I want to say? Oh, the Kabbalah. We had the first Kabbalah class last night. Thank you to my students in that. It was a lot of fun. There was a few technical glitches all on my side, of course, but hopefully we'll figure out how to work this one. And thank you for attending. It was a real pleasure. Okay, guys, much love, and take care of yourselves. Be careful today. There can be a lot of frustration and a lot of anger out there. A lot of emotionality. Of course, the moon in Cancer does that. And, the moon in Leo lets you know about it. So be aware and take care. I like that. That might be my new mantra this week. That's the mantra. Be aware and take care. That's the mantra for the week. Love you all. Take care.